4-4 game. Ramirez deals. Fly ball, deep right field. Did he get it? Oh, he got it. See ya. The Yankees win. A baby bomber goes yard. A walk-off home run for Tyler Austin. And the Yankees win 5-4.
Hello, I'm your host, Lamar L.A. Smith, and welcome to Inside 380. Now, we're going to keep it quick and brief. We're going to talk about the U.S. Open, then we're going to talk about a 380 Heisman Watch, and then we're going to finish off with some fantasy football tips. Now, I'm going to have a new co-host next week, so look out for that. She'll be with me next week. Right now, it's just your host, Lamar L.A. Smith, and this is Inside 380. 380 Player of the Week candidates are Matthew Stafford, then you have Drew Brees, you have Brandon Cooks, Andrew Luck, and you also have Lamar Jackson, who is perfecting his Michael Vick impression and has the Louisville Cardinal at 2-0 currently. You also have U.S. Open that was very unpredictable this weekend. You had Novak Djokovic and Serena Williams both lose. You had Djokovic lose in the final, and you had Serena lose in the semifinal. Now, the new number one player in the world is Angelique Kerber, who usurped Serena. Serena had the number one title for 3+ years, and she tied the world record for the most weeks consecutive being the world number one in the Women's Tennis Association. And she just been slumping. She hurt herself, and her leg injury resulted in her loss to Pliskova, who was number 11 at the time and now is the number 6 ranked player. But Kerber had one hell of a year. Kerber was in the final at Wimbledon, who she lost to Serena. She beat Serena in the Australian Open. She won the U.S. Open, and she came up in the quarters at the French Open. So this has been the best year of her career. She's always been a top-tier player, but this year she got over the hump. And now she won her first 2 majors this year, and she's the number one player in the world for the first time. The last time a player that's won 2 majors in the same year is Serena Williams, who did that last year when she almost had the calendar Grand Slam. Now, and since 2007, her and Serena are the only players to do that in women's tennis. Now, on the other side, the men's side, Novak Djokovic lost in 4 sets to Stan Wawrinka. Wawrinka won the last 3 sets of the match, and though Novak Djokovic has a huge lead and still is the world number one player, anything can happen. You saw Serena, who this time last year had a huge lead, and now, a year later, she's the number 2 player in the world. So, in tennis, you have so many contenders that all it takes is one off day, and you get bounced early in the tournament, or you get bounced to someone who just had better stuff that day. Serena even finished her match on a double fault on a serve, and she's one of the best servers, if not the best server, in women's tennis right now. So that just goes to show the competition is starting to get tough. Will Serena come back? Most likely she will, and expect her to possibly be the number one player very soon again. I'm your host, Lamar L.A. Smith. That was U.S. Open, and now we'll be back with the 380 Heisman Watch.
Man-to-man, and you cannot do this as a corner. Open up the gate, a free run down the sideline, and I mean, I know he's talented and he's tall. There is no way he's keeping up with Brandon Cooks. And we talk about explosiveness. It's back here in New Orleans.
You talk about taking the top off of defense.
Hello, I'm back. And this time we're going to talk about the 380 Heisman Watch. First guy on the watch is none other than the Louisville Cardinals QB, Lamar Jackson. I know Lamar Jackson all too well, see. Not only is his name Lamar, that's irony right there, but Lamar Jackson single-handedly pummeled my home team, well, my school team, matter of fact, the University of Kentucky Wildcats, in a stunning second half blowout, if you want to call it a blowout. We were up 21-0, and now, after that, they won the game 38-21. So Lamar Jackson proved that he was probably going to be a starting quarterback coming into this year. And this year, he's been, I'm just speechless. Lamar Jackson has left me speechless. Let me just throw out some stuff for you right here. You got one guy who already has 1,015 total yards. That's better than 97 FBS teams. He has 13 TDs. He is the #1 rusher on his team, the #1 passer on his team. He has 7 passing TDs, 6 rushing TDs. And his Heisman aspirations focuses on 3 matchups versus #2, Florida State this weekend, #5, Clemson, and #6, Houston. And all of those matchups will be on the road. And I don't know. Anything can happen. Louisville has a soft schedule, but if he performs well in those matchups, then most likely he has a good shot at being at Heisman weekend and being a Heisman candidate. Also, a couple tidbits on fantasy. One, if you have Keenan Allen, drop him, because I'm dropping him because he tore his ACL. And also, if you don't have Brandon Cooks, you may want to pick him up. If you are in a PPR league, he gave me 33 points, and I was so ecstatic because I had to face Antonio Brown on the other side of the ball, so I wound up getting the W. But that was Inside 380. 380 play of the week at the end of the show, and the 385. I'm your host, Lamar L.A. Smith. We'll be back next week.
Smith down right near the 10-yard line, but it is a first down.
We asked offensive co-coordinator Chris Klinakis yesterday, why is Bobby so good at play calling? And he said the game that he can come back to.
Jackson keeps it again, trying to stretch to the edge. What a hurdle by Jackson! Highlight reel touchdown!